So being as an IT consultant, or you can say as a IT data center consultant, if I look into the IT world, so two domains are really, really easy. The first one is to understand the technology, and the second one is to implement the technology. So when we talk about the understanding of the technology, so there are lots of resources available from where we can get the information. While when we talk about the implementation, so it's also a really easiest domain of the IT industry, because if I ask any guy to create the virtual machine inside the Hyper-V, so he or she will go to the Google and search for how we can create the virtual machine inside Hyper-V. So these are the simplest steps, next, and the virtual machine will be created. How can I create the storage? How can I create the virtual switches and other stuff related to the system administration? But the important thing is that when we think about the other domains like administration, implementation, monitoring, and security, these are the toughest domain, or you can say the hardest domain of the IT industry. So we need to focus on the because on the daily basis, most of the time we are working related to the administration, management, monitoring, and security. So for these domains, if I look into the server operating system, so the first tool is server manager. Here you can see we have the server manager, from where we can add and remove any kind of roles, and if we want to access any kind of role, so we just open the server manager, click on the Hyper-V, right click on the host machine, and if I want to perform any kind of tasks related to the virtualization infrastructure configuration, or network teaming, or Windows PowerShell, so I can perform all these kinds of tasks. But when I think about the storage, so I need to open an other tool which is related to the disk management. So from this window, I can manage lots of tasks related to the storage administration. So the third thing is that if I want to troubleshoot any kind of issues related to the server operating system, so I need to open another window which is Event Viewer. So from Event Viewer, we can check the logs, we can find the issues, we can troubleshoot the issues, and perform lots of tasks related to the troubleshooting and isolating any kind of issues when we are working with the server operating system. And in the same manner, if I want to manage the device manager, or if I want to create any kind of local users or groups, or assign any kind of privileges, so I need to open the computer management. So here you can see I can schedule the task, and I can share the folders, I can create local users and groups, and I can perform number of tasks related to the performance and device manager as well. So the summary is that when we talk about the server administration, we need lots of tools related to the management, administration, monitoring, and security as well. The second issue is that when we talk about any kind of enterprise level IT data center, so you know that in enterprise level data center, we have thousands of virtual machines, and we have hundreds of hosts related to the Hyper-V. So here in this example, if I can see the host machine, so I have 5 host machines over here. So it means that if I want to manage all these host machines, so I can establish 5 remote desktop sessions from where I can manage separate servers individually. So it's an other area where we will face lots of issues, because we need number of windows when the number of host machines increased. The third thing is that when we talk about the enterprise level data center, so there are number of virtualization administrators. So let's suppose if we have 5 to 10 virtualization administrator in our organization, so they also need to make lots of sessions to manage their virtualization infrastructure. So it will also create a kind of security issues, because when you have a number of remote desktop sessions, so it will create number of vulnerabilities for your data center. Second thing is that whenever any administrator try to access and establish any kind of remote desktop session, so definitely each session require compute resources, which include processor, memory, and storage as well. So it means that if we talk about the basic level data center, so the server manager and the built-in tools are enough to manage, administer, monitor, and secure your virtualization infrastructure or system infrastructure. But if we have enterprise level data center, so we need to find a kind of tools, third party tools, or Microsoft based tools, which provide us a single one stop shop from where we can perform all kinds of tasks related to the disk management, related to the server roles, firewalls, integration, backup, virtualization, and lots of other stuff. So now it's our task to find those tools which are really user friendly and provide a single window operation related to the system infrastructure. So in this episode, we just explore some built-in tools related to the system administration. But in the coming episode, and we also find number of issues related to these tools and the limitations of these tools as well. So in the coming episodes, we are going to discover those tools which are really important for system administrators as well. So let's go with the next episode and see what kind of tools available when we talk about the system administration.